Hi, America. I am Amy Diane Stewart. I am a child of God fundamentally and first and foremost. I'm also a kind of like a Mother Teresa, a missionary that loves to do work and serve her good loving God. I want to introduce you to what many of you would never step foot on the other side of town to see, and what I live with. My education was at UTSA. My undergrad was funded by Pell Grants exclusively. We barely paid anything because of the low income status we had. I got a bachelor's in political science. Unfortunately, my minor, which was global analysis, didn't get put on there because I had a 3-hour course that I couldn't afford to go back and take an additional 3 hours for. Wasn't worth putting on a piece of paper for. But I did have global analysis, which was the intelligence field. Then a few years later, was able to go to UTA in Arlington to do the social work master's. Well, I never completed the program because of what was going on under the Trump administration. I never got to complete the program. So I switched to Grand Canyon University to be a clinical mental health counselor, LPC, for children and adolescents. Well, I can only get federal student loans. Well, those, as many of you know, just disappeared and skyrocketed, and there's no public loan forgiveness for that anymore. So I had to drop out. Doesn't mean I'm not brilliant, it just means I can't afford it. Let's see, let me introduce you to me. I have multiple mental and physical disabilities. I've been told I would never be able to have a job, but yet John Nash even did it. We don't need to go into what I have. You can tell by who I just mentioned. So here's another thing. My COPD and asthma, I cannot afford to buy them anymore. So I have chronic kidney disease. I have all sorts of stuff. SIADH, I don't know where you want to start the list. I'm a 40-year-old woman that is disabled and on SSI, which only pays $870 a month to live on. Rent here for apartments is about $1,400 low. Without my parents' help, I wouldn't be able to do it. And by the way, they're on Medicare. Baby boomers, and I'm a millennial. Everybody, let's sit down at the table and let's talk. So Medicaid funding being cut. Trump, you need to take care of ACA. I cannot afford to get ACA, okay? It's not going to be an option. So what's going to happen is you're about to kill a sick Mother Teresa. I'm going to show you who I am. This is my form of civil disobedience. I'm giving you FDR's fireside chat right here. My World War II grandfather, military Army veteran officer who fought in D-Day with the 5th Corps and liberated concentration camps and everything, and his wife fought on the home front. He would be appalled at what's going on in America right now. He would be very disappointed. Yeah. No veteran should ever be living on the streets homeless, Trump. I did Friends of Lancaster, where I saw all sorts of homeless. Sorry, pardon me. Let me rephrase that. It's people without homes living on the street. Let me correct my term. Sorry, I don't mean to be derogatory in any way. You wouldn't step foot into the work I do for volunteering. I wish I could take a camera down there and show you, but sorry, Maddie Parker forbids it. Other work I do. Rape crisis volunteer advocate for the Women's Center, volunteer. I see rape crisis victims. I see human trafficking cases. I see gang rapes of children. I see, I've seen domestic violence. I'm there for 6 hours. I'm not even paid for it. Do it with the same nurse, and then go home. I had to stop that recently because my COPD, I couldn't be in a hospital setting. I did it for a year, and I loved it. What else do? I do all sorts of stuff. I went to New Orleans in spring break 2007 with Campus Crusade for Christ. Helped rebuild the city, tear down the city and stuff. Seen all sorts of stuff. Been to California, Santa Cruz as a missionary. Been to Louisiana. Been different places. That's who I am. Let me take you on a walk.